Whoa, what's up, everybody? Here we go talking about the bench press. Now, some people call the bench press the granddaddy of the upper body exercises, but I will say no. In fact, that is false. Now, do you bench press? Most likely you do, and we're all very familiar with the iconic photos and videos of our favorite muscle men bench pressing. The number one question people ask when they think you lift is, what do you bench, bro? They don't ask you, what do you row, or how many chins can you do? They say, what do you bench? That somehow became the barometer for strength and fitness. But it's a flawed concept because the bench press inherently is not very effective at building overall body strength that is transferable to sport. And that last statement is really what I wanted to focus on. Sure, it's nice to bench press for some of us sometimes, but your time will much better be spent overhead pressing. The overhead press is by far much more effective as a total body strength building exercise. Why do I say that? Well, reason number one is the overhead press is directly transferable to your bench press. What does that mean? That means the more you can overhead press efficiently, the more weight you will be able to handle efficiently in the bench press. Essentially, if you get stronger in the overhead press, you will get stronger in the bench press. Conversely, as you get stronger in the bench press, you do not necessarily get stronger in the overhead press. Very interesting, isn't it? And it's not what most people assume. The reason is the overhead press much more effectively trains the pressing motions. When we talk about pressing, we look at two planes of pressing. We have the vertical pressing, which is up over our head, and we have horizontal pressing, which is from our chest forward. By training the overhead pressing muscles, you are creating a much more balanced chain of strength that is usable and transferable to all aspects of pressing. All planes of pressing comes from that overhead press. From the bench press, it does not. And the bench press is inherently flawed. It's inherently flawed as an exercise in that the muscle, the deltoid muscles also take over. And you'll see as you're bench pressing, you see a lot of this, a lot of rounding where the shoulder capsule comes out, rotates forward and around, and we lose position and wind up doing a modified anterior deltoid press with a tricep extension at the top. Even the best bench pressers have problems losing form, specifically in the bottom, where they have to pull their shoulder blades back and then down. That's the proper form, back and down, which creates a natural arch. As we pull down, we're actually elongating where the pectoral muscle ties in up here in the armpit, and it fans out here through the pecs. We have all these fibers fanning out and through, and we're bringing this across the body. The pec muscles are not designed inherently to press per se. They're designed more to squeeze. They're squeezing muscles. They're not pressing muscles. The anterior deltoid and the tricep, these are pressing muscles. So we want to put them in the most advantageous position, which is the overhead motion. Now, me personally, I prefer standing overhead presses. Barbell, dumbbell, kettlebell, sandbag, doesn't matter as much. The barbell is much easier to overload, and the barbell is very easy to teach. I personally like dumbbell overhead presses. I like the motion of cleaning dumbbells to shoulder height and pressing them. Though you will never use the same amount of total weight as you would on a barbell, and with kettlebells, you'll use even less weight than you did with the dumbbells. These are all very good strength building and muscle building exercises. The more you overhead press, the stronger you will be full body. from your toes to your nose, as they say, because you must firmly root your body into the ground by planting your feet, spreading those toes, gripping the ground at the bottom, and transferring that force from the floor all the way through your body, transferring through that core up into the overhead motion. This is an important video for everyone who's watched up until this point. I hope you've stayed here and I hope you've started to understand. Now, the last piece is, what are we talking rep ranges? Rep ranges, you don't want to go that heavy on the overhead press simply because form is crucial. Form is mandatory. We want to overhead press. We want to do everything with perfect form, biomechanically correct form. This is even more important on the overhead press because we are pressing hundreds of pounds up over our head. This can be dangerous. Also, you have to be careful not to lean too far backwards as you're pressing up. As you press up, you want to press up in a straight line, moving your head out of the way. I'll do a demo video on this down the road. But from this position with the bar racked on my chest, I'm moving my head out of the way. And as I'm pressing up, I'm moving my head through and under the bar at the top. So the bar is actually in line with my spine at the top of the motion with my head pushed through forward. Do not be one of the people that lean back and press like this, essentially doing a modified high incline bench press. Dangerous, specifically when you think about the way your back is curving. Very, very dangerous. So, last little piece here, rep ranges. I want to see you training 5, 6. I'd like to see you doing the overhead presses in the 6 to 8 range. If you're an intermediate, for the beginners out there, I'd love to see you in the 10 plus range, really getting that repetition, creating that neuromuscular pathway so you can start engaging all the necessary muscle fibers during this process. Once you get to the advanced level, then you can really start playing with triples and singles, knowing that you are keeping perfect form all the way through. I hope you guys appreciated this video. Leave a little thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel, click that notification button, and definitely leave your comments below. I would love to hear what more you have to say on this topic, if you have any specific questions, or also what other videos you want to see down the road. Until next time, boom!
Hey guys, do you want to work with me? Well, I'm offering one-on-one consultations and also access to my monthly Mastery Club. Do you want to take part? Do you want to grow your business? Do you want to get in the best shape of your life? Click the link below.